Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my very first analysis video for the year. This will most definitely not be the last. I will try to upload as often as I can. In today's video, we will, no, before we get there, if you're new here, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm so that other people can see it. Smash the subscribe button as well, because like I said, I will be uploading more frequently. Okay, so let's get on with the video. I will be analyzing 4 pairs today, and the 4 pairs is GBPUSD, USDCAD, AUDUSD, and NZDUSD. I will be giving my full breakdowns of them, what I expect of them for the week, and then I will break it down to as far as the 4-hour time frame, because although I am monitoring and watching from the daily time frame, analyzing from the daily time frame, I will be entering from the 4-hour time frame. So I'm going to switch to as low as the 4-hour time frame, just so that we can get a little bit of an understanding of what is happening there as well. Okay, so first up is GBPUSD. Now, in my 3-step process, my very first step is always to look at the trend. What is the trend doing? And how I do that is by checking the high points in the markets and the low points in the markets. Now, the low points are points where the market came from the top and bottomed out and went back up. And high points is where the market came from the bottom and topped out. It stopped there and it dropped back down. Now, these points and these structures will tell us where the market is moving and what the long-term direction is. And I would highly recommend you to always follow the long-term direction, because that is what the market's been moving like for X amount of time. So I would not advise going against the trend or the move that the market has been making for the longer period of time. Now, obviously, what you can see on GBPUSD is that price has been making higher highs and higher lows, meaning price is in an uptrend. So at step 1 already, seeing that price is printing higher highs and higher lows, we know that we should be buying in this market. So at step 1 already, we know where we want to go to. And knowing that, I now know that I should be analyzing for buys as well. So my step 2 would then require me to look at the current market structure and identify my supports and my resistance. Now, I will be coming out with an in-depth video on support and resistances and how I understand them, but to my knowledge, there are 2 types of support and resistances: the diagonal ones, which will form a channel, and then the horizontal ones, that is known as the regular support and resistances. Now, which one you select, that depends on the market structure. And for this specific market structure concerning GBPUSD, I will be using my channels. So connecting my low point with another low point, right, and dragging my line out, that would make my support, right? And any touch or whatever happens to the line after this point is just price, and that will tell me if price will respect my analysis or not. So I'm gonna drag it out now. Past price, past current price, and then this I just want to bring down a little bit, because as you can see, as I brought it down, there's 3 touches that gives validity to this resistance that's running here, and then we are sitting here with a fake breakout. Now, why this is a fake breakout is because price went up, closed above the resistance, and then dropped back down. It didn't retest and shot back up. So knowing that and seeing what is going on with my support, and let me just give you guys a hint. Your support, when you draw in your support of your channel, it very often will give you your resistance, just like that. As you guys saw, I didn't make any change to my resistance line. I gave it and I pulled it down to where I needed it, but just as it was. And as you can see, it makes a perfect channel, and that is what will happen very often, and you will see as we go on. Now, Seeing from what is happening on my support, I got from my my origin point where I started my line from. I got the point where I based my line on with no interruption in the middle of these 2 points. So my support is good. And then after that, price came to it and reacted to my support in a way that price is expected to react when it comes to support. It shot back up. So this just gives more validity to where my support is, right? So now seeing, I'm just gonna zoom in quickly. Now seeing where price is currently at and what price did, right? Somewhere, somehow, a retest of some sorts must happen. Price broke out of the resistance. It didn't give any form of retest, and it quit its run up and it fell back down. Now when it fell back down, it didn't make a retest either. Now with price falling back down, right, falling back into the channel, that doesn't mean I should be falling for the sell, because if I have to do this, and I can promise if I go to the 4-hour time frame, I can analyze for that sell very quickly. Low point, follow other low points. Yeah. Got my breakout, got my confirmation. Here's my sell. But the point is, I'm not trying to go against the trend, because this can change at any time. This can change at any time. So seeing that price is in an uptrend, and like we said, we are expecting price to go further, I am honestly just expecting price to fall up until this level, to fall to the support. As soon as price have reached the support, that is when I will be expecting price to shoot back up again. So I'm not interested in these short moves that is coming from GBPUSD. I'm not. I will only be taking interest in GBPUSD once price gets here, and I'm thinking that will happen maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this sell move that's happening, I'm just waiting for that to finish so that I can join the bigger movement. And now you might question me and ask me, oh, but what if price does not go back up from here? What if price continues falling? So if price continues falling, right, and price breaks this level, let's say price breaks this level, that is when I will be expecting price to go and retest. And then at this point, that is when I will be taking interest in price again, because that is when I will be looking for a continuation to the downside. But for now, while price is above my support, I will be expecting price as soon as it comes here to go back up. Why? Because that has been the trend since early. The trend started early 2020, and as you can see, it's taking shape. It's taking shape. Another thing that I can do to ease my mind a little bit is at the pinnacle of this top point, I can also just add a line and just say, okay, price broke this, and once price trades below this level again, that is when I will be looking to take shorts. But for now, like I said, because price is above this, I will be looking for longs. The next pair that I want to look at is USDCAD, and USDCAD has been moving in the opposite direction. Now, the same as GBPUSD. GBPUSD started moving up early 2020. Here you can see USDCAD started moving down early 2020. So it is giving me that it is giving me the conclusion rather on these two pairs that I'm looking at so far, that the dollar is losing strength against its opponents. So for me, what I see is I'm seeing a downtrend because I'm seeing lower highs and lower lows. As you can see, my highs has been dropping every time and my lows has been getting lower. And because of the market structure, there's actually two types of market structure that I'm gonna use here, or two types of support and resistances. Both, like I said earlier, there's the horizontal ones, there's the diagonal ones. So I'm gonna start with the diagonal one because it looks to me like price is moving in a channel. And once again, I'm just sticking to my principle of from my origin point to point A, right? And no breakage of the line in between. I'm just sticking to my principles. And when I look after that, what do I see? Price came back to this level and it interacted with the zone. And at this point, it printed an indecision candle, a second indecision candle, and the third candle at this point pushed down. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this is a verified, or it validates to me that this is where the resistance is, right? And like I said, normally when you draw your first reference point of your channel, when you draw that correctly, my first reference point would obviously be my resistance. The second reference point will fall into place. Just watch this. So I got my touch here. I got a little bit of a breakage, right? But when you look after that, you will see that this little bit of breakage is justified over here. And ultimately, when you look at what price has been doing currently, you will see that that breakage is totally justified. But this comes from what we did here. And that just makes the job so much easier. So I said I was going to use two analysis types when it comes to support and resistance, right? So we have finished the one. We have identified where our resistance is in the equation. We have identified where our support is in this equation. And now I just want to highlight this area. And the reason why I'm highlighting this area is because price broke, retested this level, and then price fell again. So this level is very well valid. So I'm gonna extend my level, my zone, and what I'm expecting from a daily point of view, as you guys can see, I'm expecting price to run up, and as soon as it gets into this level, just watch carefully, you will see that there's a confluence. We have resistance of our horizontal support and resistance, and then we have the resistance of our diagonal support and resistance. So with price coming into this confluence, this confluence of resistance, so a confluence is a resistance or a support point where more than two supports or more than two resistances meet, or more than one rather, sorry. So here's my first resistance and this is my second resistance, and that makes this my confluence area. So now that price is in this level, right, I'm expecting price to drop because that is what price has been doing previously, and also price is in a downtrend. So as soon as price gets to this level on USDCAD, that is when I will be looking to take short movements. Granted, I get a confirmation. So as soon as I get my confirmation, I am in the sell of USDCAD. I'm gonna move on to AUDUSD, and then you guys can see what I did over there, or what I'm doing, and what I'm gonna do over there. So when I zoom out, very important, zoom out, get the bigger structure. I will see that since once again, and when you notice something on one pair, right, you will sometimes see it echo into other related pairs. So we saw GBPUSD rising early 2020. We saw USDCAD falling early 2020. AUDUSD is rising early 2020. So that just gives a little bit more validity to the idea that the dollar has been losing strength over time. And what I'm seeing right here, right now, is I will need to use the horizontal approach. So price has been making higher highs and higher low points. So with that, I'm just gonna identify the ones I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna give reason to why I'm using these zones. This is my first zone, and the reason why I'm using this zone is because this zone obviously came before this zone. But if this high, right, was supposed to be taken seriously in any way, shape or form, then we would have seen a retest on this point, shooting price back up. But we didn't see that. Price just printed a new high and dropped below the point that it was supposed to get support from. So seeing that price only has a resistance now, we need to create a floor, and a floor, the perfect floor, would be this level over here. Why would it be the perfect floor? Because this is the last low that was printed. So this is really simple. I am not gonna look to take any short movements, because like I said, over a longer period of time it seems like the dollar has been losing strength. But what I am going to do is I'm going to look for momentum to the downside to run out, so that I can go long with price, that I can buy with price. So here's a support, and this might propel AUDUSD a little bit higher, right? But then I also have this as a theory. So I'm not totally, having just one approach, or I'm just relying on one approach, but I'm having this in mind as well. And when I do that, it almost looks like this is the way to go, because from the inception point, origin point, okay, this is obviously where it starts, but it rings through at the top as well, because we have our origin point, same like at the bottom origin point, where we base our line on, no interference. Here's also an origin point where this line can be based on with no interference. And as you can see, every time price came there, price resisted, or that level resisted price, and it pushed price back down. So both of these can be true. And the fact that another thing that can happen is also price can move sideways, meaning price can consolidate in this area until it gets to this confluence again. Price may consolidate in this, and then once it gets here, this is where I will be looking for further bullish movements, or price might just fall from here. But the main thing is to always wait for price to tell us what price is going to do. If price is going to continue further up, it's going to bounce from this confluence, or it might just go up from here. And if it is destined that price will fall down, then it will come and break this level. But we always got to be reactive towards what the market is doing. We cannot be Or yes, we can be predictive, but we should not always act on being predictive. We should also wait. We should always wait for the market to fall in line with the prediction before we move that way. So as I said, I'm looking for longs on AUDUSD either from this level or from the support of the price channel, or from the confluence of both. So now I'm gonna be doing NZDUSD, and NZDUSD pretty much the same thing. And with NZDUSD, I have to use the horizontal approach. I cannot use the diagonal approach. Let me just see. Maybe I'm talking out the side of my neck here. Low. Just get it perfect there. Low point connected to another low point. Okay, that is fine and dandy. But what is the resistance like? What is the resistance saying? I don't like half-assed lines, so I don't think I want to use this line. I don't think I want to use this channel, but what I am gonna keep though is this line. And the reason why is, as we can clearly see, price has been making higher highs and higher lows, and this can just really be a depiction of the extreme point of the lows when it comes to the diagonal point of view. But one thing that I'm most definitely gonna look at is this high point over here, and like you guys have seen, same with AUDUSD. Price broke above the high, never retested it to go higher. In fact, it broke the high back down to the downward side, and is trading below it again. So in simple terms, simple terms, I will be waiting for price to go up into that level, and as soon as it has come into that level, that is when I will be looking for price to drop from. So when I look at the 4-hour time frame, it seems, these are very, it seems viable. It seems like that is something that price can do. And when I look at my daily levels again, it's like, okay, I'm certain that that is what price will do. But once again, I'm not interested in the sell, because that is not what price has been printing. Price has not been printing lower highs and lower lows. Price has been printing higher highs and higher lows. So I'm gonna look to join that higher highs and higher lows movement. So as soon as I get what I want, as soon as I see price at this level, that is when I am gonna look for this level to act as a support, and then push price higher. That is what I'm expecting this week, guys, for GBPUSD, USDCAD, AUDUSD, NZDUSD for this week. If you have any questions or any grievances, you can leave them in the comment box below, and I will get back to them as soon as possible. If you're new here, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm so that more people can see this and get a free source of information, and then also so that they can also come and subscribe. And you must also subscribe because I'll be uploading more videos more frequently. And the more information we put out there, the less scammers can get hold of people to scam, because you guys will actually know a little bit more of the markets. So I will see you guys in my next upload. Cheers.